She walks in, first day, steps on the chair, then steps on the desk, stands up on the desk, opens up a kid's book and says, "Once upon a time, there was a lion." And I'm listening to this like, whoa, that's amazing. That is one of the most profound lessons in education I ever learned in my life.
So Ustadh, you had a lot of impact on a lot of people, even me. You've had, mashallah, you have impact on so many people. I just want to know who had an impact on you and doesn't know it. They might not even know it.
Okay, so a lot of people have had impact on me, but a person who has had impact on me, profound impact, and has no idea, would probably be an older female professor at Adelphi University back in 2000, and I'm going to say 2003, 2004. Long story short, I got a job as a chaplain at Adelphi University in Long Island. So part of the perks of the job was I could audit any course I wanted in the university. I could sit in the class like a fly on the wall. So of all the courses I could choose, I chose kindergarten education. So these are certified teachers that are getting further education to become better kindergarten teachers. Okay, so they're all professional teachers. And the person teaching them, of course, has a PhD in early education, and she's going to teach them teaching techniques to kindergartners. And I'm sitting in this class in the back, like I'm just observing. And I took this class like dedicated. I really immersed myself in it. And I didn't even know, I only took it because it fit my schedule, right? But I didn't know the impact it was going to have on me. First day of the class, these are all, mind you, professional teachers that have master's degrees and they're working in schools. So they're all adults. They're no college kids. They're all adults. She walks in. She's older. She must have been 65, 70 maybe. She walks in, first day, steps on the chair, then steps on the desk, stands up on the desk, opens up a kid's book and says, "Once upon a time, there was a lion. And there was little mouse." That's what she does. And she tells the entire story of the lion and the mouse, standing up on the desk, jumping off, walking around, pouncing. She's doing all this stuff. And I'm like, this is a master's PhD level course in children's education. This woman's psychotic. What is she doing? And at the end of it, like after 10 minutes of this theater, and we're laughing and we're like in shock and who expects this? And she goes, if you want to get through to kids, you have to let your inhibitions go. If you want to tell them the story, you have to become the story. You have to enter the story. Your job is to captivate them. And let me tell you, the chip of paint on the wall and the squeaking of the door and the rotation of the fan, every one of those things will get their attention, not you. A bird flying out the window will get their attention, not you. Your job is not to teach them, your job is to command their attention. And you will not do so until they have a reason to listen to you. And they love their stories. So you better become a storyteller.
Wow.
Right? So, and I'm listening to this like, whoa, that's amazing. I'm not, because her thing was, she's a PhD, a tenured professor. She's not interested in impressing anyone. She's interested in capturing their attention. That's her goal, because that's her job. I cannot do my job of teaching if I don't have their attention, right?
Right.
So her entire teaching philosophy is driven by that one focal point. And I walked away from there like, let me try that on adults. Okay, that works for kids. Because it worked on me in that room. I was listening to the lion and the mouse and I wanted to know what happened next. You know?
Yeah.
So I left, because in the Islamic space, it's like when you're giving a lecture, you're like inhibited. You're like, you become a formal version of yourself, right? So you could be like, we could be chilling, talking, bro, what's going on? Hold on a second. Like it's just, you put on a persona almost, right? And you're super, because Islam is no joking matter. It's not about joking or not joking. It's about, I want you to feel like I'm talking to you directly, right? And I have your attention. That is one of the most profound lessons in education I ever learned in my life. And I'm very certain she has no idea that she gave me that hikmah. That has, it's impacted the way I teach kids. It's impacted the way I read a room. It's impacted the way I give any lectures. Like while I'm giving a lecture, I'm actually gauging attention. And as I'm gauging attention, because sometimes I'm teaching really boring subjects, right? I'm teaching like Arabic grammar and the sentence structure of, complex sentence structure and nouns versus verbs and all this stuff. And you could see some people are zoning out. You could see some people are like, some people are just kind of on the, and instead of getting upset, I'm like, no, wait. I'm failing to capture their attention. I need to inject oxygen back into the room. I need to do something right now to reset and come back to this, because attention is more important than finishing the lesson, right? So it's like, I'm used to driving an automatic car in America, but here in England, most people are driving manual, right? So with manual, you constantly have to keep track of how fast you're going and when you're going to brake, and you're just constantly in the zone, right? It's like that with me and teaching, and they're looking at me, trying to understand me, while I'm looking at them and trying to understand them. That's what's happening, right? Mm. So that would be, I think, one of the most powerful influences in my teaching career.
SubhanAllah. That's very interesting. It's very interesting to see how things can be so insignificant at first, but then it's an actual pivotal learning experience.
Yeah. Don't underestimate. Al-hikmatu dallatul mu'min. Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam says wisdom is like the lost treasure of a believer. Wherever you find it, you grab it, right? So, one of the other things that came out of that was I became open to grabbing wisdom from wherever I can find it. Like I didn't limit my scope of where can I get something from that can benefit me. It has to come from these filtered sources. No. I'm unfiltered. Mm-hmm. It could be my taxi driver that teaches me a life lesson. I'm open to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and that's been a really beneficial formula in life, or at least what I consider for my own growth. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
Take care of yourself, Ibrahim. It's nice talking to you.
That's very nice of you. Thank you, Sheikh.
Yeah. Assalamu alaikum.